My name is Mark Levine. I'm a professor at the University of California, Irvine, and also a professional musician. I've been traveling around the Middle East for the last 15 years doing research, also playing music. Barisha means peace, and the festival's now in its 5th year. The first year, there was only about 10,000 people. This year, upwards of 150,000 people will come here over 3 days. It's truly one of the largest alternative festivals anywhere, not just in Turkey and not just in the Middle East. The Muslim world is overwhelmingly young. It's the youngest region demographically in the world, and that's why it's so important to listen to these kids. Because what they have to say is, in my opinion, more important even than what the jihadis have to say, what the conservative religious figures have to say, what the authoritarian politicians have to say. You know, the more I traveled around the Middle East in the last 15 years, the more I realized you can learn more by talking to musicians than you can by talking to the mullahs or talking to political leaders or talking to other intellectuals, because musicians are cued into their society more than any other group. Musicians have to be clued into society more than anyone else, because the goal of music is to channel the hopes, the fears, the anxieties of a society without the political nonsense and the social nonsense that clouds everything up and causes so much controversy. I first heard of heavy metal in the Middle East when I was sitting in a hotel bar in Fez, Morocco. And it just blew me away. And when I started meeting Moroccan metalheads, I would ask them, why do you play heavy metal? And someone who became a good friend of mine, Reda Zine, a well-known musician in Morocco, said, we play heavy metal because our lives are heavy metal. We live in oppressive societies. We have, you know, very little freedom. You know, what hope is there for the future?
Tam bir ay öncesinde olduğu gibi.
The important thing that BarisaRock and all these other grassroots festivals in Morocco and other places show is that while the high-level politics, the official politics, may be autocratic, on the ground, young people are coming together and taking measures into their own hands.
Eğlenmek için birilerini öldürecek.
When you just look at young people, and you look how young people don't even think in terms of East and West. These words don't even mean anything for them. They don't think in terms of being secular or religious. They just think in terms of being a whole person, and music is important, religion can be important for them, but creating a new culture and trying to move ahead is really, I think, what's most important for them. So that really told me that the future is actually brighter than someone like me thinks it is, because all I deal with all day is Iraq, you know, the Palestinian-Israeli conflict, all the problems with U.S. foreign policy or Iranian foreign policy. When we get all these kids together from all over the Middle East together, they don't think, oh, I'm Turkish, you're Iranian, I can't speak to you. You know, in fact, one of the people in Farzad's band, Arash, the percussionist, he's Azerbaijani, you know? So he's Iranian, but there's 15 million or so Azerbaijanis who speak basically Turkish. So he's ethnically, in many ways, Turkish. So where does Iran end and Turkish culture begin?
We want peace in the core and in the center of Middle East, people of Middle East. Christians, Muslims, Jews, hayır, savaşa! Hayır, savaşa!
All of these artificial separations between people that are political and ideological and are done, you know, for economic reasons and to help keep people apart, they fall apart when you're on the stage. Osama bin Laden could never bring together 130,000 kids, you know? Everyone focuses on the jihadis, they focus on the extremists, but they're not really the real radicals, because in fact what they're saying and what they're trying to do is nothing new. It's been done so many times in Islamic history. These kids are the real radicals. The Muslims who are really trying to reach out, who we very rarely hear about, these are the real radicals. And this is what this festival, and when you listen to the music and you listen to Islamic rap and you see, you know, all the positive things, that's really what can give you hope.